Welcome back, guys, and this is part 7 of the beginner's guide to King of Glory, and we're moving away from the kind of basics in terms of translating what this or what that does, or what kind of buff this monster gives you, which, if you do remember this map and this image, it is from part 2 of the beginner's guide, where I talk about what each monster buff does and how it can affect the team play. Now for this video, I really want to talk about the map again, but in a different perspective. We're not going to be looking at the enemies on the map. We're going to be looking at different placements and why you should be looking at the map more often than you think, if you're a beginner, of course, and you haven't played previous MOBAs. So here's the image we're going to be using, and we're just going to head over to Autodesk Sketchbook so we can draw on it, and I'm going to show you guys a few examples which I think you should know. If you know this already, then that's great for you guys. If you don't know this, I hope you learn something. After all, these guys are, kind of aimed at beginners, but we are going to be looking at more advanced techniques as the beginner's guide progresses. So let's jump onto Autodesk. Alright, so here we have it. Now we're just going to draw on this image, and I'm going to show you some examples. The reason why you need to be looking at the map like every few seconds and not every 5 or 10 minutes is because the map is the key to victory, and that is not an exaggeration. For example, what color am I in first? Let me check this. Okay, we'll go with red. When you have an enemy, oh, that's airbrush. Let me switch over. Yeah, that works. Okay, that's good. So when you have enemies here or here at the start of a match, sometimes this will often happen in high elo ranked matches. You will get teammates which either come from here to go there and try and do an early gank on the enemy, or it will happen down here, and often the mid laner here will go here or there. Now, the reason this is so important is because in high elo ranked matches, those can help get you extra gold and give you early money and help propel the team forward, and can even make pushing turrets a lot easier. That's kind of an advanced technique, and that's not something I wanted to talk about, but if you do play matchup mode, you probably will have seen a Levi often go over here by himself and no one will be with him, and he might try and attack the enemy here thinking he can try and get a kill, but because he has no support and he only has his first skill, often he's going to end up dead, or he's going to have to run away and retreat. And the reason people don't come and support him is because they don't really know what he's doing. They think he should be farming here and then going here if bottom lane hasn't already taken that jungle monster, which is debatable. It depends on the team setup. So just in case you were wondering why sometimes you see some people going over there, it's because it is a very good method of getting those early kills and helping you build a lot faster. It's kind of advanced in a way, because if you don't know how to support early game, then you'll just be giving the enemy free kills. Now, the main thing I want to be talking about in this video is map placement. And we have an enemy here, right here, as you can see. And because he's attacking minions, he's on the map. That's all good, we all know that. But the moment he stops attacking minions, after a while, he will disappear off the map. And that is the crucial thing. So let's play out a scenario here. Let's say we have enemy minions, actually our minions. I'm not going to change the color though. Actually, I will. Let's do this properly so you guys can understand what I'm saying. So we have our minions here, and we can see an enemy is attacking our minions. These minions die, and he disappears. Now, he was last seen here. He could either go and attack the turret, go back and farm up the jungle monsters, as you can see, he's got a nice jungle route going there, or he could jump to mid lane, or if mid lane is about to fall, he can easily circle around and go here. The reason this is so important is because you need to know how to act when you see an enemy disappear. Now, some of you guys may be thinking it's not that big of a deal, but the amount of times enemies have just randomly jumped up on you and killed you, I'm pretty sure it's decently high. And the reason is because of this. In games like this, you need to be able to make kind of quick decisions and be able to predict to a certain extent what the enemy team is going to do. Now, as I'm talking, I'm realizing this doesn't really sound like a beginner guide, but it's actually very important, and I hope you guys can kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. These are all tactics that are used in ranked matches. As you get higher and higher, you will start to see that as soon as an enemy goes missing, you will see someone drop an exclamation mark, letting you know that an enemy has gone missing. And you're going to need to predict what action that enemy will take. But the only reason you're going to need to predict that is if that enemy could possibly be a threat to you or your teammates, which isn't always the case, because if he's going to farm on his own jungle, as we can see here, then he's not that much of a threat at the moment. But if he jumps down to mid lane, and mid laners are usually squishy, then that mid laner is going to be in trouble. So it's very important you take note of the different enemies on the map and their position and where they were last seen. Because usually, and this is coming from my own experience when I first started playing this game, they will disappear. You think they've gone off to do something cool, they're probably just not attacking, and the next minute they're right there next to you, killing you. And I hate it, so I don't want you guys to suffer from that. And while we're at it, let's talk about two other things. I want to talk about this jungle monster here and this jungle monster here. Now, if you hover your finger over the screen in a match, and you won't be able to see this jungle monster. If it's being attacked, you'll be able to see its energy waves, these dark energy waves, showing that it's attacking people. Same with this one here, you'll be able to see that it's attacking the enemy team. That is crucial, because that's how you know whether you can try and get a surprise attack on the enemy by either going through here, here, or even here, depending on their composition. And that is very important. And same for here, you can just jump over here. You might even circle around so you can block them off here. So it is always important, if it's mid to late game and you think the enemy might try and kill one of those elite jungle monsters to try and give their team an advantage, make sure every now and then you hover over these places that I have circled, and if an enemy is attacking that jungle monster, you will be able to see. This only applies to these two though. For the other jungle monsters, it doesn't apply. And I think that's the main things that I want to talk about. This whole video is just based around map awareness, because when you first start this game, that's going to be your biggest downfall, because I guarantee you're either going to be looking at this map too much and not understanding it, or you're going to be looking at what you're actually seeing and not noticing the map enough, depending on your previous experiences with MOBA games. So that's something to note. Now, I don't think I have missed anything major. Just a recap. When an enemy goes missing, I'm just going to highlight some points, which often... Actually, these are missing enemies, so... Be careful of these bushes at the side, because enemies can hide in them. So, something like this, right? So when an enemy goes missing, you want to be able to feel that you can kind of get a general gist of where they're going to go. So try and make sure that you can see their options. Now remember, this is an overview. This isn't a theory, this is an actual fact. And as you play matches, you will understand just how important all of these points that I'm making are. And the important thing that you have to know is, if a team battle is going on, always, and I mean always, take note of your surroundings, unless it's the whole team, the whole enemy team versus your whole enemy team, or 4 of them. Then it's okay to not really look around the other places here and there, etc. If it's just a small team fight, be careful, because players are looking to gank you they love ganking, especially when they see the 2-on-1. Also, remember to be looking at the map, not the map, the enemy's equipment, to know what you can do and how you can build effectively. But I guess I'll talk about that in another video. Oh, okay. So anyway, guys, this is just the map awareness video that I really wanted to talk about for so long, and I'm kind of glad that I finally gotten that out of the way. The next video, the next part in this series is directly linked to this one, and it's going to be about lag, because if you're not playing in China, chances are you probably are lagging. Even if it's not major, it is still lag, and there's a way around that in terms of how you play. If you do lag, then you're probably not playing to your full extent, because obviously there's going to be a delay in your skills, and that's going to cause a couple of mistakes most of the time. So yeah, check that out as soon as it's uploaded. So thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. If there's anything you didn't understand, then please let me know. But the aim of this video is just to let you guys know map awareness. Very important. Look at this map, guys. And if you already know this, you guys are doing great. I'm out.